So today we're going to be doing another small modification on my 2022 Ram 2500. And what we're going to be installing today is a rough country dual steering stabilizer. Now, the purpose of adding a dual steering stabilizer is to help tighten up your steering a little bit from dealing with any kind of bump steer or any sort of overstimulation that you might feel in your steering wheel from your wheels riding over rough terrain. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's check it out. Okay, so we got everything hooked up. So let me just kind of show you how easy this is. Once you get your main bracket installed up here and you get your metal sleeves slid through your shock bushings, you're going to take the main part of the shock, not the extended part, the main part, and mount it to the middle. What you're going to do, you're going to take the main bolt with a washer from the top. Then from underneath, you're going to take your rough country front plate, slide it up underneath of there. Then you're going to take your shock, slide that up underneath the rough country plate. And then at the very bottom, you're going to take a washer, put a little blue Loctite on your nut, and drive it down nice and tight. Then over here at the end, you're going to pull your extension shock out, and then you're going to slide a bolt with a washer through the shock. Underneath, you're going to put another washer, a little blue Loctite on your nut, and tighten that down. You're going to do the same thing on this side over here. Now, what I did to make sure everything was even is, if you see over here, there's a ledge right here to where your U-bolts can't go any further to the right. So I took my U-bolt all the way up to that ledge. And then with my truck straight and the front wheel straight, after tightening that down, I measured this distance right here, which was 3.5 inches. And then over here, I measured 3.5 inches right here, and then adjusted my bracket over here accordingly, tighten everything down nice and tight with some blue Loctite on those nuts. And then at the very end, I just took my rough country decals, stuck them on the front of the shocks, and now we're all done. And then the last thing you want to do is just kind of drive your truck back and forth real quick, turning your wheel all the way to the left, and then turn your wheel all the way to right to make sure you're not being restricted at all, which I've already done. And based on the 3.5 inches extended here and the 3.5 inches extended over here, everything seems to work nice and good. So now we got the rough country dual steering stabilizer installed, and it looks really good, and I have a little bit more tighter feedback on my steering, which is exactly what I was hoping for. So at the end of the day, my overall impressions of the rough country dual steering stabilizer, I definitely give it a thumbs up and give it a go. It was very easy to install, everything lined up, everything bolted down, everything fit perfectly. And now my steering feedback is a little tighter, which is what I want, because I'm running dual shocks, one on each side instead of one main shock on the passenger side. So again, as long as you have at least a 2.5 inch leveling kit on your truck, you can run this dual steering stabilizer, and it's going to give you a little bit more tighter feedback to your steering overall. Okay, everybody, so we're all done. We went ahead and we got the rough country dual steering stabilizer installed on my 2022 Ram 2500. So again, everything was very easy to install, everything lined up, everything works perfect, and I'm really happy with this overall purchase. So if you're thinking about adding a dual steering stabilizer to your truck, definitely check out the rough country dual steering stabilizer, because it's a great quality product and it comes in at a great value.